The main challenge which arises from both an academic and eight agencies models of governance is applicability in the cases of developing countries where socio-economic and political features are complex. By Hub 2011, page 62, and Faraman 2013, page 361, highlights that local, regional, and cultural distinctiveness demand application of governance models that are suitable to local conditions. For example, South Asia is a long colonial history, and its administration has therefore been heavily influenced by a colonial rule. As a result, the administrative and political system of South Asia are incompatible with its indigenous social, economic, political, and cultural context. He also emphasized governance as an integrated system between the soft form and the hard form of political power and decentralization of power by various methods that affect the behavior of wider circle of citizenship, participants, and subordinates. So power is often aggressive or coercion and is most immediately effective when imposed by one political body upon another of lesser military. And hard power means contrast with soft power, which come from diplomacy, culture, and history. Understand from the above that the theories of governance have been prescribed by the various academics and aid agencies from various perspectives. Therefore, it is difficult to find a single ideal model of governance for all seasons applicable to all nations and communities across the world. It is important to keep in mind that the condition of any development model may remain unrealized given the social, economic, political, and cultural complexities of a particular society. So, nagkakaiba-iba yung paano itrato ng isang government, yung mga nasasakupan niya. It's whether on how to deal with people and other people also. Kasi hindi dapat lahat pantay-pantay. Which is, may mas karapatan, ganong. So there are different types of theory. The number one is the organizational theory. This is the ordered system or superordination and subordination in which higher officers supervise lower ones. In fact, this truly runs heavily on the Max Weber concepts of rationality and bureaucracy. During the 20th century, organizational theory evolved and multiplied to the extent that from the current perspective, the notion of one single organization theory would be argued of oversimplification. So, for you to organize people, you must have your organizational design and way of leadership and efficiency and on how to communicate people, organizational culture, group behavior, managerial styles, motivations, that the things on how do you will deal to the people. That's how where you able to know them and so that you can supervise them. Second one, the cultural theory is a particularly prominent approach to scrutinize semi-feudalistic system of government. This theory is also influenced by the work of Parsons of 1951, who described a traditional way of life as including ethnocentricity, primordial rather than functional association, than sanctification of customs, belief, and practice. The discouragement of individualism and emphasis on authority by birth rather than merit, customarity rather than contractual relationship, suprematism, the unwillingness to accept personal responsibility for development, and social rather than legal sanction. Until people, particularly leaders, can escape a traditional way of life, they cannot substantially improve governance and leading conditions. So it seeks to understand the relationship between individuals, environments, institutions, and everyday activities. And lastly is the structural functional theory. This theory argues that the success of political system in maintaining political support depends on political structure. capacity to perform various functions, including interest articulation, interest aggregation, rule-making, rule application, rule adjudication, and communication. Assessing and criticizing Hedi's perspective on governance wherein 2003 highlights governance from a different viewpoint and processes his own theory, which is known the political elasticity theory of governance. According to Worley, this theory attempts not to only reduce the function and tension of public administration, but also to link comparative administration to comparative politics and development study. It is also a micro theory that looks at how all structure and institution in society work together. Example of the structure or institution of society including education, healthcare, legal system, family, economy, and religion.